what I want to discuss in this video is one of the things that differentiate some kids from others. Okay, so I need us to pay attention and listen because there's a whole lot to learn in this video. So, and all this, I'll summarize all of this as healthy struggle. So, as a parent, we have to put our children through what I type as healthy struggle. Now, when we say healthy struggle, what does that mean? You see, we as parents, there were times probably we are from average families or even from a wealthy family or poor family, as the case may be. So, irrespective of the background where you came from, it is important that you expose your children to some home training. Let them go through some home training, and let them learn in the process. I'm talking about things children have to do at home. Okay, so as parents, we must not outsource parenting. We must not go hire some people from outside. Let them be the one to do all the chores in the house, from cooking to washing plates, cleaning the bathroom, mopping the house, cleaning the surrounding or the building, washing clothes, washing dishes. You see, these are the things I'm laying emphasis on. So as parents who want to bring up their children to be strong and independent, you have to take your children through all of these home activities. And it goes beyond that. We should also train children how to handle money. What is money? How to make use of money. Train them on how to make money on their own. Train them on how to save money. Train them on how to invest money. Okay? Then put them through all of this. All these are what form what attack healthy struggle. You see, right now, most parents are making what I call a big mistake, such that they don't allow their children to partake in all these home chores that I just mentioned. So the parents feel that, the children cannot cook, I got to get somebody to do it for me, or I do it by myself while the kids are watching. Some parents will say, my kids cannot clean the bathroom, I have to do it by myself, or I go get somebody, hire somebody to do it. My kids cannot sweep the house, they cannot sweep the surrounding, they cannot wash clothes, they can't do this and that, and they do it themselves. And the kids are watching them doing it, but they are not practically involved. Or the other way around, they go outside, hire somebody who is able to take care of all of this. Okay, I submit to you that this is not the right way to bring up children. So as parents, you need to get them involved, practically involved in all of this. Okay, now healthy struggle, there are these activities that you expose your children to. Parents, you're also involved. Okay, you expose them to all this training, you show them how these things have been done. Most time you stay back and watch them do it. So it is when they are doing it, they get to learn better. So the best way to teach children, to train children, is by making the environment like fun and make them to be involved in doing what they have to do. So let it be a fun learning environment and let them practicalize what you teach them. Okay, by so doing, they are going to learn in the process. Okay, the reason why you have the wisdom and known how to train your children, bring them up, is because in one way or the other, you have trained yourself in this manner how to do some of the things at home. So any parent who want their children to be successful, who want to have the right mindset as they grow up, who want them to be independent, they should be able to put their children through all this. So it will make them strong. Okay. So in the course of this discussion, I will expose us to other aspects I'll be talking about, financial handling for kids. Okay. And I will tag these things as gigs. There are two types of gigs. The first one is called the action gig, and the second one is called the brain gig. So I'll be breaking each of these points one after the other. Now, when I say action gig, what does that mean? The totality of all the work that the children have to do at home that do not require too much thinking for them to carry out the activities, they are called the action gig. So this particular gig, children are not supposed to be paid for it. You're not supposed to reward the children for it. You're not supposed to give them any form of incentive for doing all of this. So it is assumed that this is part of what they have to do as members of the family. Okay, this includes washing the dishes, cleaning the house, mopping the floor, clearing the grass, arranging their bedroom, arranging everywhere, making sure everywhere, cleaning the surface of all the items, electronics in the house, cleaning everything, make sure everything is in order. So all these are grouped under the action gig. So the children are not supposed to be rewarded in any form when they carry out all these activities. Okay. Now, the second one is called the brain gig. These are some activities that the children are required to carry out within the house, within the family, that require them to think, that require them to use their mind, to use their thinking to be able to carry them out. These gigs, the children are supposed to get reward for it, because that reward will form a motivation for the children to continue to be committed, to be intentional in carrying out some of these activities. So you are trying to, as parents, to make the children to work and earn money, then save. Then you also go ahead to show them how to make use of the money they save. So most cases, what do parents do? They go out buying whatever the kids need. They buy toys for the children when they ask for it. Anything the children ask for, they go out and buy it. Children say they want to go shopping, you take them out. You are spending your money on them as parents. There is nothing wrong with that. But the point is to get the children to be involved and make them know how it feels like. Show them what it means to earn money, and show them what it means to save, and show them what it means to spend. You see? So when you approach bringing up your children in this manner, they're going to grow up to be responsible adults, and they will know that keeping the home is the responsibility of everyone in the family. First of all, let me list some things that the children can carry out at home that can be regarded as brain gig. For example, a child requests for a book. You buy that book, and the child comes to read that book completely and come and give you the report as parent that he or she has finished reading the book. That is a brain gig. Maybe a book about motivation, a book about public speaking, a book about the roles of children at home. Probably they request for it, or you have such book at home. So a child could come up and say, Dad, I read chapter 1 to 5. This is what I'm able to complete today. So a child is supposed to be rewarded for that. That reward is like paying him for the job he has done within the house. And it also serves as motivation for that child to do more of something like that. Okay, so that child is able to work and earn money. A child could write a story that is suitable for publication, that is meaningful, for instance. And you know that child was able to produce that write-up from his or her brain. That child is supposed to be rewarded, to encourage that child, to motivate that child to be more intentional, to do more or something like that. Or a child is able to solve a complex mathematical problem, and it brings it up to you and say, this is what I'm able to do by myself today. That child is supposed to be rewarded. Or a child is able to see something in the house where waste is constantly occurring. For example, subscription that you guys don't need and you are paying money for it on a monthly basis. The child could just use his or her discretion to cancel that subscription and come to tell you as parent, see, I don't think we needed this, and this is the reason why I canceled this subscription, and come and tell you as a parent. So you should be able to reward that child for all of that. So all these and many more, they are grouped under the brain gig. So now, if that's happened, if they're able to use the money they have saved, now they need to work more. They need to carry out more of the brain gig within the house just to earn more money to get what they need. You understand? So if you train your kids that way, they're not going to be wasteful. They're not going to be asking without knowing the value, how you as a parent are able to go get the money and be buying all the things that they need. You understand? So this is one of the roles that the kids have to play in the family. So by the time they become adult, you don't have much to do. Are you get what I'm saying? So most of the problem we are having in the world today is the lack of good upbringing for the children. And this also goes to other aspects that most parents don't want to talk about. You need to sit your children down and tell them everything going on all around the world. Expose them to all this and teach them the proper way things are supposed to be used, things are supposed to be done. For example, teach your children how to use the internet space, the online resources that are available. Is it about how to sell online. Tell them that you can sell online, but this is the right way it is being done, so that nobody will go outside and be teaching them. They will not go outside and start listening to other people who will expose them to wrong way the internet space is being used. Teach your children also about debt, about using debt, how to use debt. Understand? Tell them the implication of using debt. Let's say, for example, how to use credit card. As they're growing up, let them know the implication, how these things are being used, the proper way credit card is being used. Also talk to them about investment, like the implications of investing. Like, teach your children, if you invest, this is what happens. If you don't invest, this is the repercussion. Meaning, anywhere they go, what they'll be thinking of is how to create value for other kids. So they will become like a mirror through which other kids can learn good behavior and good habits. Okay, now remember that good habits are very difficult to form, but they are very easy to live with. Then the other way around, bad habits are easy to learn but difficult to live with. So expose your children, even though it may look tough in the beginning, expose them to learning good behavior, good morals at home, so that in later time in their life, they will live well and they'll be happy for the results they have. So everything begins at home as parents. Okay, so I said, let me make our time and talk to us about this aspect as parents, that these are the things that so many homes are lacking. Okay, so it's important that you know, because if you don't know, you'll be able to do it. So now that you know, it is important you approach your children upbringing in this manner, following all the instructions I gave in this video. Okay, all right, thank you very much, and that brings me to the end of this video. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section, and I want you, as if you're a parent, to write out some things you consider as both action gig and brain gig that you can introduce to your children in your home. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you in the next video. Bye bye for now.